Satnam, my name is Annawyn and today I will be guiding you through an hour-long moon cycle class. This class in particular is like focusing on a creative dynamic phase, like the premenstrual phase. So remember that even if you're not menstruating at this point in your life, that you are still cyclical. And that if you focus maybe starting on the new moon, just like your moons and your waves and just how you feel, there'll be a lot of indication on when those dynamic, creative, reflective, stages are. So this one's going to focus on that creative dynamic phase. We're going to be on our belly a lot. So you're going to want to have a pillow probably with you or a small bolster, pillows, a blanket, anything that's going to make you comfortable. All right, so we're going to take a moment here and we will tune in to the infinite beings within that we are. Bring your hands at the sternum at heart center. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo is the chant that we'll be doing, the Adi mantra. It will open it up. If you're not familiar with this mantra, just listen or allow whatever vibration to come out, right? We are all vibration, so we are intended to share it and feel it, even if we're not, well versed in this particular mantra. Take a deep inhale in, draw in through the root buck. All right, navel, throat, maybe gaze at the tip of the nose. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Last time. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Protection mantra. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Draw into deep breath. Suspend that breath if you can, drawing up through Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalahara Bandha. Thank you so much for joining. We're just going to start to just move a little bit into a circle. Spirals and energy moves in that circular spiral fashion. So just connecting to the rhythm of your own vibration. Start to breathe nice and deeply. Nice and deep and slow. Holding on to the shins, maybe leaning back, using your body as a weight, right? Pausing, going the other direction. So swirling, connecting, feeling. Pausing. Allowing your being the time to listen. We're often like dictating and doing and not listening. So this here moment to give a nice listen. Whatever comes your way, allowing it to move and dance in your direction without control, letting the forehead melt, drawing the navel into the spine, helping you sit long, extending your beautiful light, the crown, up to the sky, up to the sun. And slowly start to move down onto the earth. Before you do so, open your legs nice and wide. And we're just going to release any tension, fear, doubt, lingering in the hips, just through the power of your intention, right? I release, I release, I release. Excuse me. We're going to rise up nice and slowly, and then we're going to find our way onto our bellies. So I might bring this down just a little bit more. All right, so nice and cozy, right on the belly. At this point, you can actually bring the pillow, extra cushion under your hips here, right? And really just get into, I'll take this blanket off so you can actually see. But if you're at home and you have a blanket on, please use that blanket. What we're gonna do is you're gonna rest your forehead on this pillow, all right? And you're gonna find a comfortable position for the arms. But I'm gonna help you get there. So over the bolster and forward, kind of like flying. Just allowing your body to fall into the earth. Melting, letting the restrictions, the tension melt away. Now you're going to bring your arms out to the side. Notice how that feels. One of those two is probably more cozy than the other. And then bring the palms back, palms down, grounding right into the earth. Pachamama. So when I play music, I don't have a lot of space on my computer. And when I play music in the background, I upload it onto my YouTube, and there's copyright issues just because I'm playing music that's, someone else's music. I don't know how to avoid that. So I'm not playing music throughout this practice. I will be playing some singing bowls, maybe some drums at the end to go along with the mantra that we'll be doing. But I just wanted to disclose that. If you don't hear any music, that is why. But we go inside, right? That internal rhythm, the rhythm of your heart, and allow it to connect with the earth. As you lay on the earth, the navel connects with the earth. So one of those positions was most comfortable. Bring your arms in that position now. Allowing big breaths to come into the rib cage, into the navel, into every cell of the body. So here we're listening. As a pitta, as a fiery person, these slower phases here might be more difficult for that pitta, right? So just connect with this practice and allow, again, things to move towards you. Information, vision, sights, sounds. And maybe it's just listening to the sounds in the room. And that's all that you need in this moment. We're going to slowly slide these hands back towards your shoulders. We're going to peel your beautiful heart off the earth. Squeeze your glutes. Keep your elbows bent in by the rib cage. Support your being. So lower belly draws in, protecting, connecting the root into the earth through the means of the navel. And we're going to peel it back down, and then we're going to lift it back up. And then we're going to peel it back down, lift it back up, allowing the lymphatic system to move. All right, 3. You can even say sut, nam, your mind's eye when you're moving. Last time up. Pause. We're going to rise up onto all fours. So slide your knees underneath your hips, your arms underneath your shoulders. Turn this off, my friend. Go. And we're going to start to take like slow pulsing. So lots of like pulsing, right? We pulse as energy, right? And we move and we vibrate. So just getting into connection in this nice, easy slow, supple way with your being, right? Allowing all that dynamic information to come through. Sometimes we just need to sit and listen, right? This is a perfect phase to do that. So we're going to rise on all fours and we're going to slowly do cat-cow. Now, we can do this in very slow movements and then we can start to speed it up. We are going to speed it up a little bit towards the end, but for right now, we're going to go slow, allowing your breath to guide you. Pushing into the hands, rolling through the shoulders. So, no. Beautiful. Just keeping your own pace, right? You never have to keep up to anyone else's. So honor your intuition and let it guide you. We're going to start to speed it up. However, if you start to get dizzy, guess what? Slow it back down again, right? Honor the body and the rhythms. Over time, it will become easier, or you might not feel the dizziness and you'll feel the clarity. The cerebral spinal fluid really appreciates this posture, allowing the vitality of the spine and your being to move. 10, 9, last one, ready? We're going to gaze up, draw in through the root block, the sex organs, Mula Bandha. Suspend that breath, if you will, and then sink it back. Open your knees and send it back into child's pose. Right, so this is your child's pose. Your forehead can be down, your cheek can be to the side, arms out this time. And what you're slowly going to do, if you have this range of motion in your shoulders, if you don't, just stay right here as you are. However, if you're able, bring your palms together. All right, and then bring your arms over the head. This is a very pacifying posture. And then going inward towards the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, right? Pineal gland is so connected to your intuition, so just going inward here. You're drawing up through Mula Bandha and then disengaging Mula Bandha, so that pelvic floor lock. Playing around with engaging and then disengaging. Every single one of our creative powers lives within this region of our body, right? Whether there's an actual womb or not, this is like the womb of creation, right? All humans. So really drawing up through that perineal floor, connecting to Mula Bandha, and then the navel Uddiyana Bandha. And we're still doing Jalahara Bandha in the throat as well. Gazing towards the third eye. Palms come out. Rise up. We're going to rock a little bit. Up and down. Right, and we're going to come onto our knees for a moment and bring our fists right into this lower region. Draw the elbows towards one another. Squeeze the glutes. You cannot see my head, but I'm just allowing my head to linger over my shoulders. I'm not arching it back. I'm looking forward, just nice and soft. Let me see if I can actually fix the camera so you can see what I'm talking about as well. All right. So just demonstrating. So typically with camel, we go back, we look, but here just gazing forward. Right, nice and soft, but still opening the heart, squeezing the glutes, drawing up through the navel, lengthening the spine. I am here. We're going to come out of that. You'll lay right back on the belly. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit as well so you can see. So we're going to be in this prone position right on our bellies. So I have a pillow under here, so it's nice and soft. You can bring your hands, especially if you don't have a pillow down there, underneath, right at the pelvis here. So you bring your fists kind of right here into this little crease, and help support. All right. I also have a little pillow here for my head. You can put your head on the earth. You can rest it on the pillow. And what I want you to start to do is start to lift the back legs up and down with your breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Going at your own pace. You can start to speed it up, or you can just kind of keep it rhythmic right where it is right now. Doing a good job lifting, believing. Create, my child, create. Create, my child, create. Create, my child. Listen to your heart, that vibration within your soul. Taking a pause from lifting the legs, resting here. I want you to slide your arms out from underneath. You still can't see me that well. Out from underneath, and we're going to bring them into like field goal arms, right? So right out beyond. Same thing. Rest your head here, all right? Arms come out and then lift the arms itself. So literally you're lifting the arms, and then they come down, and then they come up, and then they come down. I want you to breathe with it. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And I want you to actually like let the arms kind of drop a little bit, right? Feeling that drum, that vibration, that connection to the earth. And then I want you to hold them up, lift the head, lift the feet, like flying, putting pressure on that belly, using that breath. I am here. I am that. Rest. So let your head down, your arms down, surrender right here. Allowing the earth, like the earth, the spiral of the earth, to take in all that doesn't serve you. Debris, fear, the doubt. We're in the time of the sixth sun, and we're here to be magnetic, radiate love, right? Lift the world up. And we all have little different gifts that we're supposed to share. And sometimes we get wrapped up on how, why, or maybe we've always shared our gifts a certain way. But now it's time to listen, especially in this phase of the moon cycle. This creative dynamic phase, it's so beautiful to listen and create. We're going to lift again, do this posture again, fly. This time lift your head if you can. Again, if you can't, keep the forehead down on that pillow and just lift the arms. We're lifting the legs as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am here. I am that. I am here. I am that. Bring it down, rest. Using this pause here, the ether, this space. Feeling all the feels, listening to the sounds and the sensations of the body, and integrating that. Right? Our mind, the first thing that kind of kicks in is our mind. Right? So allow the layers of that onion to peel back. Listen with the mind, right? But then ask the question again, right? Slowly start to move and allow other sensations to come in. Right into this Sphinx Pose. It's like a supported low cobra, belly on the pillow. It's been really supportive here. Shoulder and elbow in alignment, right? Palms flat to the earth, tops of the feet flat and down. Just gazing forward, closing the eyes, drawing the navel in, squeezing the glutes, pausing here. This might be as far as you go, okay? However, remembering as you engage the glutes and draw the navel in, we can lift a little bit. And then we pump it down. We lift. So you decide, you know your body, all right? Don't let the ego drive this. Allow the wisdom and the voices of the body to guide you. So you know if you should be sitting and pausing or pumping. Inhaling up. It's really, like, you might hear popping in the ears, draining, of your sinuses. All of these postures are just beautiful for that as well. The adrenal glands, emptying them. So we're going to pause up, squeeze, 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 softness through the face, breathe in, and then bring it down, pause. With the elbows down on the earth. I am here. I am that. I am here. I am that. Here. I am that. I want you to slowly move the elbows out of the way, help the torso, hips up, sink it back into child's pose for a moment. Walk the arms back next to the legs. All right, let the shoulders roll over the knees. All right. You can have a pillow under the head or it's on the earth. I am here. I am that. I am here. I am that. Melt into the earth. Know that you are one of the same, that creative, infinite power, divine, creative light. Create and share your light with the world. We're slowly going to rise up. We're going to take it into like a modified down dog. So knees stay down, but walk the arms out nice and far. Palms are flat. Heart is lifted. Shoulder blades roll away from one another. Inner elbows. Reach forward, rooting into the earth. So feel that length here without putting any pressure on the wrists, shoulders, body. And what you're going to do, if this is in your practice, you'll either stay there, right? Or you will extend the hips up for full triangle, right? Down dog. Really feeling the body. If you have to, pedal the heels a little bit, and then just ground yourself into the earth. Draw the navel into the earth. Send the sit bones up. Root into the arms, right? Feet and hands are about shoulder width apart, hip width apart. I am here. I am that. At any time, if this becomes too intense, please come down to the earth. We're not going to be here for that much longer. A few more breaths. What I want you to do, if you have to drop your knees, do so. Otherwise, come into a high plank and just hover. Hover here in a long spine, allowing the prana to move through the spine, using every muscle, right, aspect of your body to stay risen. And then we're just going to crisscross our feet behind us. This is a perfect time to get, your pillows and bolsters. We're going to do this really beautiful reclining bound angle posture. So a couple pillows or a pillow and a bolster or a couple bolsters, depends what you have lying around at home, right? If you do have your blanket, it's a beautiful time for that as well. But what I want you to do is you bring the pillow, the bolster right into the lower region of the spine. Okay. And you start to come back. Now, I do want to disclose this might be too intense for some people to have the pillow behind them. So if you start to go back and it doesn't feel right, remove the pillow, right? Or take one of them away and be more flat on your back, okay? Your feet, they're going to come together, and I want you to rub them at first. your hands, rub them together. Feel that heat, generate it. And then I slowly want you to go back. So again, it needs to come into the lower back. And the thing is your head might come back and you're like, too much. So then you put the pillow behind the head, right? Whatever it is, I want you to feel supported. So if your hand's on the ground, like this is a hardwood floor, put a blanket underneath of it. Right, so feet together. If the hips, if they need to be supported by pillows because this just isn't comfortable, support them with pillows. But I want you to lay here and open up your heart. Open up your heart to what you were drawn here on earth to do. Again, allowing you to not always know, right, in your mind's eye, the answers to all the things, but in your heart, allow the heart to draw you towards that which you desire, that which you want to co-create with the universe, right? This is about abundance, and that when we share our gifts, like we have more abundance, right? But it's like, what can we do to help uplift the community, right? What can we do to uplift the world, heal the earth, heal ourselves, right? Just surrendering into the ground. If at any time the hips just feel like this is too much, just take the legs and bring them straight, okay? You can relax here for about a minute or so. So you stay there, and I was just going to play a singing bowl for a moment while you lay there. And singing bowls don't translate through Zoom very well, so I'm going to be doing more of a chiming of the bell. All right, so just listen. Listen to what sensations and sounds come through as you lay there in that heart-opening posture. I want you to think of the color green, and I want you to think of lots of vital nutrients as well, right? All the green vital nutrients, whatever starts to come to you. Maybe nothing's coming to you. Sometimes that happens too, where you're like, well, I don't see anything, but you know, right? Like all the kale and the Swiss chard and the root vegetables, right? Allowing the vibration and the energy of that food, that source, that vitality to your cells to move into the body, and the wisdom of what to choose, right? When you sit down next to eat. What feels light? What does the body want? Not always what you think it needs, right? It might actually be, that piece of free range meat. Might be that big salad that you're normally not eating. Who knows? Don't think about it. Feel. Breathing in, feeling connected. Slowly start to move, right? You're going to lift your being, slowly kind of roll off to the side and just lay in a fetal position. Connected to the earth. It doesn't matter which way you roll. Roll intuitively or whatever's easiest, path of least resistance. And just pause. This is a beautiful way to ground to the earth every day. Just laying on the earth. Taking in the sun. And then slowly what we're going to do So you're going to roll back on that belly, all right? If you needed that pillow, grab a hold of it. It's just a really beautiful time to do it, all right? What we're going to do from here, so we're going to go back into those hips again, bring the arms underneath the hips, and we're going to fly again. So flying, feeling connected, lifting, right? Maybe it's easier this time. Maybe it's more difficult this time. But hopefully as you awoken the body and got that prana moving, maybe you feel a little bit stronger here, right? Or maybe focused on something else than you were before. All right, bring the head down, rest it on the pillow if need be. Bring the arms out. You're going to bend the knees. Can you reach and grab the feet? So if you can't do this, right, keep the knees bent and bring the hands, and you can touch the back here. You can also interlace and do it this way. So this is a beautiful modified way. I'm going to show you a modified way first. When you lift this bow pose, right? And then if you can't hold that, just hold here and lift, right? And then if you can, grab the feet, right? You just like push up. You just push up and it lifts you. So feel the compression. Feel the stretching on the front side, the compression. It's just literally like a dream for your immunity. This is beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things about Kundalini yoga practices in general is all the compression, all the stretching, all the strengthening of the vibrational fields and everything just slowly come down. Allows the body to really process and shift and heal. So allow it to mean whatever it is for you, not what anyone else is saying. Listen with your own heart and allow that to guide you. Pausing here. Stretch the arms over the head like we did in the beginning for a long belly stretch. And this next mantra that we're going to do, the Sata Nama, the Kirtan Kriya, there's lots of different versions of it. This one is definitely for the feminine. All right, this is where we're actually going to be laying on our bellies, doing it this way. However, if you're just done being on your belly, or that's just not the right Kriya for you today, we can still do it seated. So I'm going to show you seated first. So if you're going to do it on your belly and you're comfortable there, stay down. However, if you're going to, do it from the seated position, you rest your hands here like so. And pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. And you press like you're not like, oh, right? But you press like you're tapping at the roots of creation, all right? So sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. You're going to be saying that chant in your mind's eye. I'm going to actually play the rhythm of the drum so you can keep that rhythm, but I want you to chant that to yourself. I may say it a few times out loud, right, to keep us on track. But that's where we're at with that. So if you know that, like, so sa is like life and existence, ta is death, right, totality, na, transformation and rebirth, ma is rebirth, and resurrection. Na is transformation. So it's very interesting. They're the primal sounds, right? The punch shabad. So if you're going to stay seated, stay seated. If you're going to go down onto your belly, please come onto your belly. And just take a moment here. So I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to get up so I can play the drum for you. So same thing with the hands. You're going to rest them on the earth, and they're going to go sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, Satanama. As you lay here at your own pace, right? Pressing on the fingers, allowing that chant to roll through the mind's eye. So it's literally prescribed with the chin down on the ground, but again, if that's too much, put the head on the pillow or the forehead down. Normal breathing for this, okay? Just normal inhaling and exhaling. Infinity, death, transition, rebirth. Infinity, death, transition, rebirth. a deep breath in. Draw up through that root, mula bandha, sex organs, all that goodness. Take a moment in. Exhale it out. Inhaling it in. exhaling it out. So path of least resistance, right? I want you to just kind of, whatever feels best, roll to the side again. Pause here for a moment. We rise up onto our knees. I'm just going to take a moment and just before we rest in Savasana, just taking our spine in all directions, extending the arms long, fingertips together, take it the other way. Maybe even sliding the hips a little off the feet. Rise back up, twirl to the over the shoulder, and then twirl the other way. Bring those beaks to the shoulders. Just inhale to the left, exhale to the right, drawing up through the root block. Any little last bit of tension that needs to be released, allow it to release. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands, give yourself a hug. Inhale in and then exhale, come forward. Surrender here. Let all the debris roll off the shoulders. A moment of gratitude for the time that you've given yourself for this practice. Rubbing like the shoulder blades, the shoulders, coming up, taking the hands underneath the armpits and kind of squeezing. Drawing up through the root block, inhaling, suspend, retain the breath. And then this is your choice to either lay on your belly or lay on your back for Savasana. If you have a blanket, I always suggest covering up. If it's hot out, you might not want that, but we're starting in this point of the year into fall, into this area. So get your cozies on if you want, put your socks on. And I want you to take a moment and just rub your hands together and cover the eyes, softly open them. Allow the heat to penetrate into the eyes. You might already be on your back, or right? If not, lay on the back. And rest in Savasana. This time I want you to bring your hands right on your belly. So not out to the side, but right on your belly, the creative center of all of us, right? So taking a moment here, just letting your hands rest. Allow the eyes to roll to the back of the head. Allow the face muscles to melt. This is your time to process. This is your time to absorb all that which you need and reflect upon all that which has been released. Not knowing how, but just allowing the waves of this present moment to wash over you and through you. I want you to know that you are the most pure, divine, creative light, and the universe wants you to share. You're the same divine light. Melt your soul into the earth and ignite your fire. Let it run wild. Share that creative light. Share that creative light. Know you are worthy and perfect, just as you are. I want you to slowly start to move, allowing just the presence of this moment to wash over you, allowing the presence of every moment to wash over you, allowing yourself to experience that pure joy by connecting to the present moment and allowing your being to co-create with the universe as it was always intended to do. Slowly roll it aside. Again, path of least resistance, taking your time. When you're ready, come back into that comfortable seated position. Bring your hands at heart center, rest on that sternum. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way. We're going to end with one Sat Nam. So take a deep inhale in. Sat Nam. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is always a gift to share this light with you. Namaste, Ashe, Sat Nam.